Michelle's daughter. Happy Sunday. How was your week, Michelle's daughter? Hey, the voice. I told y'all I had an addiction that I was dealing with. And I'll be the first to admit to this addiction. I do have an addiction. What's up, Logan? I have an addiction, y'all. My addiction is Amazon. I said I wasn't going to order anything from Amazon. I did say that. But let me tell y'all, I have limited pots. I'm being totally honest. I only have 3. When I moved, I gave things away. And I have 3 pots that I was utilizing. I got those from like Ross or Marshalls, I think. And I needed me a pot set. So I went on Amazon and I found the pot set. And it was only like for $60. And it was, pretty decent, non-stick. They were purple, dark purple, lavender kind of. Well, leaning more toward masculine and feminine. But I ordered the pots and I'm going to go pick the pots up from my friend Paula's house. And of course, she's giving me grief about, because I did tell her I wasn't going to order anymore. But hell, the pot had something burnt and scorched on it. Well, can I just use 2 pots now? Hey, Joy Love. La Chica, La Chica. Where is the ambulance at? I hear it. Oh, it's behind me, of course. So, we can go to rehab together. Oh, really, Logan? You know what? I got this, and this is another Amazon purchase. Yes, I like that it's an eagle because I have the bird tattoos on my stomach. Um, I have the bird tattoos on my arm. I have a spider web on my stomach. But I like the birds because of the freedom that they represent. Um, oh, that's my song. You see, I got his shirt. Okay, let me stop the music right there. Will they be messing with me? But y'all, these past few days, oh my God, I got something off of a food truck, and when I tell you, I don't eat pork and beef, but I think this had pork in it. It was some rice that I got, and my appetite was gone for some days. It's just now coming back. So of course I have to fix me a big bowl of pasta tonight. Hey, Melissa Scott. Uh, I stayed in Minneapolis some years when I was a child. I stayed in Minneapolis for 2 years, and I told a story about that. I hated the cold. I'm not a cold weather person at all. If I stay somewhere, my friend in Philadelphia always asks me, will I move back there? He's one of my closest friends. And I've always told him, no, you don't generally move to colder climates when you get older. The older you get, you generally move somewhere like to Miami. You don't move to Philly or Minneapolis. you know, I could see myself living in Canada because Canada is a beautiful place. But and I can visit. Let me say this: I'll visit because cold. I didn't like wearing snow boots, cars, thermals, all the extra garments that you have to wear. It's just, I love the mountains. I love the beach. I just love nature that I can get out in nature. I love to get out in nature. Don't you get over on me. But I love nature. I've always thought about living in a rural area, retiring, and I had to think about it. Now, Rebel, you watch too many scary movies. I don't like snakes. Me staying in the country, I like the country. I'm a country boy. I grew up in East Texas, but I don't want to live in the country. I still go fishing and crabbing. As a kid, I used to hunt, but I don't, believe in hunting now. But I did all those things. I ride horses. We had all types of livestock, but I don't want to live in the country because I just don't want to be in the woods like that. Maybe if it was like a compound or some sort where I had neighbors that I could see. I don't want my neighbors to be like 5 miles away from me. But I don't want to. I'm looking at getting a condo in the next year. I'm buying a condo. But, I'm looking at my areas and what they have to offer. Uh, just I'm liking the city now, but I still want to have a place that I could take a dog outside, and I want to be able to, you know, have some outside space where I can have barbecues with my friends over. Okay. Hey Neo Soul, you a Georgia girl, La Chica? I And you know what, my friend, when she be giving me, I be appreciating her, like getting my badge, because I have like large boxes and stuff that come. So I tell her, it's like I almost have to give like a virgin sacrifice when I come pick up my things because she be giving me grief about my ordering. I told her, like in Greek literature, when they would give like their crops and stuff to the gods and goddesses, I'm like, well, you're like a deity to me because you're gonna give me all this extra lip for ordering things. So to appease this deity, I always bring her this. And it kind of shuts her up for a little bit. This is Stella Rosa Red. Um, I have a peach at home that I've been drinking for the past few days, but she likes Stella Rosa. I've been drinking Stella Rosa for several years now, and every time I go to like a party, like someone have like a home, some type of home gathering, a house party, I always bring a bottle of Stella Rosa. Now, if they're stone cold drinkers, they're gonna look at the Stella Rosa like, "What the hell is this?" So sometimes I have to try to feel the atmosphere for what the host is, what their oral taste, what their tastes are, because someone that drinks hard liquor, they'll be like 5% by volume. What the hell? Maybe they be wanting some Jim Beam or some Crown or something that's harder than that. But generally, it's been a winner. 98% of the time, they like it. Now, an older person, if I went to a housewarming party for someone like in their 60s, like an older gay man, a lot of times they want some rock gut bottom moonshine. But for us 27 to 35-year-olds like myself, my age range is 27 to 35 right now. Next year I'll be 36 to 42. 36 to 41. Let me say that. It depends. Now, you done jumped out here. Yes, God. And my sister, she had nerve enough to try to call me out talking about I was older than her. I said, show my birth certificate. Prove it. Prove it. I'm older than you. She said, you are older than me. And she's arguing with me. And I told her, you have 6 children. Do you think they're going to think I'm older than you? Why she called me a B? She was like, B, please. I was like, my. Do your pastor know what type of foul tongue that comes out that pretty little mouth? I said you're my big sister because you're heavier than me. That's the only reason I say that. Of course, I do make an indication that it's age as well. But if I say big sister, she's talking about how? She said, I'm not your big sister. And I was like, where's the lie? And she was like, I want to talk to your friends on YouTube. I was like, I told them you have a behavioral problem. And she just cursed me out. And I don't know, I love my sister, but her mouth could be so bad at times. But I've been seeing everything that's been going on, y'all. I've been staying out of the fray. It's just it saddens me to see that we're still at this place in our countries. You know, just we should be far, far past where we're at as far as us being black people. We still shouldn't have to be looked at as second, class citizens or less than. Why do we have to tell our young black men to be careful when they're dating another race, primarily white girls, because you may get yourself in trouble? What if this girl says that you've done something to her, or like Central Park Karen, when she was yelling, acting a damn fool, like that man was harassing her. I was like, I called her all kind of things because she was sitting up there, this little dog struggling to get off the leash, and she's like, there's an African American man, he was attacking her and her dog. This African American man, she knew what she was doing. This man's life could have been ended because you didn't want to be checked because you were white and you felt entitled to do what the hell you wanted to do. You felt that you could do what you wanted to do, and how dare this black man tell me what I can't do? I'm a white woman in America. And I have to be careful when I watch movies and stuff like that, because I go to work the next day and baby, I be locked and loaded. I be like, okay, get out of line, say something. My attitude be so, I be, there's a calm beneath the storm, but I be like, okay, what did she say? If someone be like, excuse me, did you take your lunch already? Did I take my lunch? I don't answer to you. This is, wait, does your badge say supervisor or manager? You're asking me when I'm taking my lunch. Why? I have to be aware that my attitude after I watch something like Rosewood, Mississippi Burning, baby, I went to work and my nurse manager, she would say, hi, and this is when I worked as an OR tech, maybe like about 15, 20 years ago. I was like about 11 or 12 years old and working as an adult. But I was like, when she's like, could you go pick up a patient? I would be like, Cynthia, I'm trying to set this room up for the next case. Do you want me to set the room up, or would you prefer me picking the patient up in the room? They're behind in their start time. Which one would you prefer? And people used to be like, oh my God, you talked to her like that? I'd be like, hell, I watched Rosewood last night and she's white. She shouldn't have, I didn't like her tone. I remember a manager I had. I used to be like, Barbara, I need you to bring the tone down about 2 notches. And they used to be looking at me like, oh, she's scared of you. I'm like, no, she's just looking at my skin complexion. She's intimidated by black people. And I'm going to use that to my advantage. Barbara would be like, I need some anesthesia equipment in that room. And I'd be like, Barbara, I have only 2 hands. And I am in a different sector today. I didn't remember being in this sector today. Am I in this sector, or am I in my normal sector? Am I in my normal sector? And she would be like, all I was asking you, I said, Barbara, I need you to bring your tone down a tad bit because I'm not having a shouting match with you. And she's like, okay, I'm sorry. I just wanted, I'd be like, okay, that's better.